Hello, truth seekers. Lawrence here, and welcome to Easy Enlightenment. So, you gotta stop saying that enlightenment is not for you. The reason you say that is because you are not able to figure out the truth. And the reason you're not able to figure out the truth is because you are looking in the wrong places with the wrong reference you're holding. Maybe you need to, reorient yourself with the correct reference, what true spirituality is about and how to get there. And in that way, you can face yourself towards the truth and work on getting there. That is more promising than giving up the journey. If you're saying this enlightenment is not for you, you are also saying that I'm okay to live my life with fear. I'm okay to struggle. I'm okay to go through the pain. I'm okay with all the limitation. And you can say this, but at the same time, you contradict yourself with the desire for freedom. Isn't it? There's a part of you want to live life fearlessly, want to live life without conflict. So you're never saying no to freedom. There's no absolute no. So there is that reminder calling in you. Every struggle you go through, that struggle triggers you to reminder of freedom. Don't say no to freedom. Don't say no to enlightenment. The enlightenment is you. It's about you. Enlightenment means realizing the true nature of who you are, the unchanging nature in you, and that is the consciousness itself. And it is the inborn nature in you. It is unborn and undying nature in you. It's you. It's already there. The reason we're struggling in life is not recognizing that. The whole spiritual journey is about getting there. And the journey is about taking out all the faults, taking out all the identification in oneself. And that's the process of reclaiming who you are. So when you can't figure out the truth, don't put the idea in yourself and don't limit yourself that it is not for you. Everyone is able to do. Everyone is able to get there. Only thing requirement is the willingness, the interest with awareness. Your nature is already consciousness, and the nature of the consciousness is conscious. You're a conscious being. You're an aware being. We just have to utilize that nature to realize its own nature. The awareness is aware of its own nature. That's the journey we got to make. So awareness is already there. Now we have to be willing. So be willing, not just mentally, but put yourself in the path. And the path is about being aware of yourself, not being aware of the world. Being aware of the world is about how to dance with the world, how to invite support for this body. That's why you look out and participate out. But to be free, to dissolve the limitation, to dissolve the mind, you have to be aware of yourself. Self-awareness is the start. Why? Because the trouble is within. The mind is the trouble. Mind creates the fear, the byproduct Fear is the byproduct of the mind. So, we have to deal with the mind. We have to deal with the fear. Dealing with the mind and dealing with the fear is dealing with the emotional realm and psychological realm. We must deal with that. So, to deal with that, awareness is first. You got to be aware of yourself. And then the next step is working on the mind. Working on the mind means tracing the mind backward. The journey towards the truth is tracing the mind backward. That's the work, examination of the mind, self-inquiry of the mind. To get to the truth, we got to remove the mind. Why? Because we are the mind right now. We identify ourselves with the mind. Identifying ourselves with the mind means identifying ourselves with the past, with the memories, with the past experience. And we're repeating that in the present, and we're also imagining the future with the past. So who we are right now is the mind. And journey towards the truth is about removing the mind. From the truth context, enlightenment context, mind is false, mind is illusion. Identifying with the mind is the illusion. So how to remove the illusion is by removing the mind. So the main chunk of the spiritual practice is the self-examination of the mind to see whether the mind is real or not, whether the mind is the changing phenomena or unchanging phenomenon. So how to see that is by examining the mind. And if you're open to examining the mind, you will get to see the truth. You'll recognize the inner truth, the true nature of you. Giving up is not the way. Enlightenment is not for me, is giving up. Giving up is a failure. To be okay with the mundane lifestyle. And the lifestyle is a struggle. The pain, the fear, the conflict, the drama. And all that is simply the ego self. And ego self is a struggle. Ego is all about expanding. Ego triggers you to expand. So it's a constant seeking, constant struggle. So if you want to overcome your struggle, the inner struggle for good, if you want to see the true nature of who you are, then you really need to be part of the self-examination. Self-examination makes you see the nature of the mind. Seeing the nature of the mind makes you become thorough. Self-examination makes you how the mind come into existence and how the mind becomes real, which is not real in the first place. The mind becomes real when we miss out to see what is true in us. And from the beginning, we are missing out what is true in us because of the distraction, because of our conditioning. We have always been moving outwardly, focused outwardly. And from there, we are inviting the residue of the experience, which is the ideas. So we have, sort of forgotten the truth and rely on the identification of the mind. So, and because of that, there's a struggle. So the whole journey, the enlightenment journey, is about tracing the mind backward to all the way until the no mind is left. So we have to trace the mind from every aspect of our lives. Whatever ideas we listen to, we can trace those ideas backward. And when we trace those ideas backward, we start with the mental state, then that will take down towards the emotional state, and further towards the psychological state. The tracing back the mind takes us all the way to no mind. And that is a very important part of the enlightenment journey. All level we have to be thorough. And that, going through the emotional layers and psychological layer is basically, we understand it's a byproduct of the fear of being nobody, fear of death, fear of uncertainty, fear of unknown. So one must go through that process of self-examination to be truly free from the mind. And the absolute freedom is when you ask yourself, who am I? This who am I will only work when you are thorough in dismantling the mind. Until you dismantle the mind, until you be part of the mental examination of dismantling the mind, until you be part of that process, the who am I will not work. Every time you do who am I inquiry, all you have is a mental impression. And the truth is not a mental impression. Truth allows all the impression to come and go, allows to appear and disappear. And the journey, the spiritual journey, the enlightenment journey is about figuring out the background that allows everything to pulse. That's the journey, my friend. And that background is who you are. But that background is not the mind. So it's already there. To recognize, to see that background, to see the nature of the truth is by dissolving the mind, dismantling or subtracting the mind. So be part of that. If you start to work on the self-inquiry of dismantling the mind, it takes a few years. But in few years, less than, for people, if you do the work, if you have already created a foundation of being self-aware, if you can sustain the awareness looking at yourself, it won't take even a year. But if you don't have a self-aware, the self-awareness of watching yourself, then it takes more than a year. So, but it won't even take 2 years if you start doing the work of being self-aware and dismantling the mind. Enlightenment is about you recognizing your true nature, the unchanging truth in you. It's already there. So don't say it's not for you. If you're saying no to that, you're saying no to freedom. You're saying, okay, I'm okay to go through the struggle. Okay to go through the pain. But again, I remind you that even you say, I'm okay with my struggle. When you're struggling, there's a desire for freedom. Because every time you struggle, you resist. You try to control. What is that? That is a sign of looking for freedom. But you're looking for the freedom in the wrong place. Just reorient yourself and do the work, and you'll get to see the absolute truth in you. Okay? That's the enlightenment journey, my friend. I hope this video makes sense to you, and I hope this channel is helping you. Yeah, enjoy your backward movement. I know it's not enjoyable at some point, but you gotta, you gotta do it if you want to be free. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. I will see you in the next video. Take care for now. Bye.